Is a lush beard a signal of having more testosterone? Not so, according to a new study. Well, we know that up to about 100 years or so ago, it was a style for men, even if they, once they became married, for example, to have a beard. And recently, it's a style again for men to have beards, even though they could be quite short. But does that mean that it's a sign of more masculinity? Facial hair on men. A new study published in the journal Archives of Sexual Behavior found no relationship between the amount of facial hair and self-perceived dominance in men and testosterone level in men. Researchers took data from 97 young, physically active men. There were many factors that can influence testosterone levels in men, so researchers used several controls in the study. They included measuring participants' testosterone levels between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. in the morning, because male testosterone levels tend to decrease throughout the day naturally, from what they explain. So that's when the testosterone levels were measured, in the morning. Participants were also asked to not smoke or drink alcohol or exercise 24 hours prior to the study. They were also asked to refrain from eating or brushing their teeth 2 hours before the testing. Testosterone levels were measured via saliva samples because of that reason. First, the participants were asked to answer questions according to their age, weight, height, and beardedness, which the researchers also measured with digital calipers to a resolution of 0.01 millimeters. The team noted a strong correlation between their objective measurements of beardedness and the participants' self-assessment. And after this, the first saliva sample was taken. To increase their testosterone levels, the participants then performed a physical activity, such as cycling, and after 12 minutes, a second saliva sample was taken. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. Now, during the 12-minute interval, the men answered question, and dominance in participants measured in the 5-item questionnaire, where they had to assess their agreement with statements like, "I often persuade others to behave as I suggest," and "it is me who influences others and not the other way around." So it's interesting to note that while the study found no evidence that beards are reliable indicators of self-perceived psychological dominance or physiological levels of testosterone, there was also no negative relationship observed. And it would be expected if beards functioned to deceive observers into thinking that bearded individuals had high levels of testosterone, when in fact they possessed them to mask low levels of testosterone. One interesting example of dishonest signaling in nature is carried out by the male fiddler crab, who sometimes grows a regenerated claw that is larger than his previous claw, but is actually weaker in strength. Can you imagine what happens? So it's like a theater type of thing. They're acting it out. Now, rather, the author suggests that the male facial hair may just function as an aesthetic self-presentation strategy, entirely based on our cultural norms and not having much to do with evolutionary signals at all. For example, a farmer with a large, scraggly beard may communicate something entirely different to his peers compared to a metropolitan individual who spent time curating a stylish look. In 2020, another study looked into the link between beardedness and physiological dominance, and they found somewhat contradictory results. There was a significant relationship between facial hair and individual dominance, and that was what was observed. But in that instance, the researchers did not use hormone sampling. While the results from the current study will add more information to the conversation around the potential functions of beards in men, the debate continues to rage on as to whether facial hair is a proxy for male dominance and feelings of masculinity, or whether, at this stage of human evolution, it's just become a matter of fashion. The researchers conclude, "We strongly encourage other scholars to replicate our findings with larger samples so that future meta-analysis may elucidate the associations between beardedness, testosterone levels, and dominance. This was published in Archive of Sexual Behavior. It's on Science Alert. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support.